What's going on, YouTube? Come back at you with another video. Right out the gate, if this is the first place you heard this story, please hit the like for me. I saw this on Instagram. I thought it was very interesting. I wanted to share it with you. Talking about No Limit artist Mac. Actually, if you go up on his official Instagram or on his wife's Instagram, you'll see his wife is actually responding to some recent comments made by Master P in regards to Mac's situation. So Master P saying, and you can actually again go on either of their Instagrams, you can hear the audio, but in a nutshell, Master P is saying that Mac, the last time he spoke to him, he was telling him he didn't need to go do a show for $5,000 when he had millions of dollars in the bank, and that basically Mac was a victim of circumstance, that by hanging out with the wrong people, being around the wrong crowd, being at the wrong place at the wrong time, ultimately led him to losing his freedom, whether or not he was innocent. So she feels some type of way. She's addressing Master P directly. I'm going to show you what she got up on Instagram before I do. If you haven't already followed me on Instagram, at Hip Hop Classics Daily, all one word, please take a second to do so. So she put this up. Again, you can go listen to the audio of what Master P was saying. She says, if Mac actually had millions in the bank at that time, then he wouldn't have ever thought about doing a small club show for $5,000. Furthermore, to even suggest that he somehow deserves to be in prison for 20 years as a consequence of hanging around the wrong people, or had somehow made himself a target, is ridiculous. We are talking about a man who had never been in any kind of trouble or even had a traffic ticket prior to this incident. So she's defending her husband. If you're not familiar with the Mac case, I definitely would advise you to look into it, do some research. Mac is one of those people out there who, in my mind, without question, has been wrongfully convicted, and unfortunately, he spent over the last 20 years in his life in prison for something, again, that he did not commit. Basically, the story is Mac was doing a show. Before the show started, I believe there was some kind of incident. Somebody was fighting. Mac apparently went to try to break it up or, see what was going on. Somebody pulled out a gun, shot. When the shot went off, Mac says he went to the ground and pulled out his own gun to defend himself or whoever, if need be. He also had said, his family was there, his dad, his mother, other family members as well were at this concert that he was doing. So, his people were around. He was trying to make sure everybody was good. Apparently, people that were in the club saw him pulling out a gun, and this is where they basically tried to tie it in that Mac was the shooter. Although, if you look at all the evidence in the case, it's pretty clear that the police, in my mind, just focused on Mac. They one-track minded. They focused on him regardless of whether or not the evidence proved that he was actually innocent. They didn't care at that point. They continued to try to go after him. They ultimately charged him. The same thing with the DA. They didn't want to come back after these charges had been brought and say, you know what, we made a mistake. So they rolled this thing all the way. They didn't care about Mac's life. They didn't care about his family. They didn't care about his innocence or anything like that. It's actually a very sad situation. Hopefully soon he gets out. He was actually convicted of manslaughter and given 30 years in prison, which is typically unheard of. I've never heard of anybody else being convicted of a manslaughter crime and giving 30 years in prison. Louisiana does have some harsh laws, though. I'm not sure what the deal is, why they gave him so much time. It's actually unbelievable to me. But he served over 20 years. Hopefully, again, he gets some kind of clemency, gets some kind of love from the system, and is able to get out sooner than the 30 years he's scheduled for. It's a crazy situation. Again, I highly suggest anybody out there who is not familiar with Mac from No Limit, familiarize yourself, do whatever you can do to help him in any way that you can, support him. Again, 100% without question, in my mind and a lot of other people's minds as well, Mac is totally innocent. Let me know what you guys think about this situation though. Hit the like, subscribe, share, leave some feedback. Make sure you ring the notification bell if you're subscribed so you get updates, my future videos when they drop. Please also too, just take 1 second to click the link I'm gonna pin as the top comment. It's gonna take you to a dope artist out there trying to get his YouTube channel monetized. He's almost there. Please click the link and subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing. I do appreciate you watching though. Peace.